that I've had to perform in front of, so if you haven't seen a fully grown man shit himself, you might be in for a treat. I can't promise that I'll do a handstand and roll around in it, but we'll work on it. So, my name's Sham, and I'm an alcoholic addict, which is how you would present yourself in an AA meeting. I know this isn't an AA meeting, but just bear with me. Now, I've been part of 12-step fellowships for around 10 years. I haven't had a drink or drug in about 6 years now. So, thank you. That would be the key moment where most comics would come in and say, an alcoholic drug addict, the only person to get a round of applause for fucking his life up. But in my head, I think to myself, yeah, you would clap if you saw how much cocaine I see. That's the kind of thing that we've got to work with as addicts. So, on the subject, do we have any addicts in the house? I think there's a bit of denial going on. Okay, well, I'm going to give you a couple of indicators that might help you out with that. Diagnosis, right? So if you ever found yourself going shopping and paying with shopping with like rolled up notes? No? Have you ever found yourself getting a headache and sniffing paracetamol? No. Do you have next to your laptop a bottle of baby oil and a credit card? And a credit card? Maybe not. Have you ever had wanker's cramp from wanking for in excess of 48 hours? No. Okay. So, if we take the standard of comedians by addiction and Russell Brand and Robert Williams, I'm soon to be a dead sex offender. I'm Jimmy Savile. Okay, so I'm going to move on now. And I'm going to move on to something that recently happened to me. Like, I don't know about you, and I want to include all genders. We want to be LGBT correct and gender fluid and all the rest of it. And, you know, this is a really awkward situation to be in, but it happened to me very recently. I was in public and, you know, I had a hole. I had a boner in public. Now, I call it boner politics, right? So if you're a male, or if you're not a male and you've got a dick, because I include everybody in this, right? You must have been in a situation where you've been caught out in public and you may be a little bit aroused and you don't know quite what to do with your hard on. Now, some of us may be a grabber. Just grab it, put it to the side, or some of us might be a slider. Some of us, are you a slider or a grabber? Doesn't want to answer. I think you're a bit of a grabber. That's okay. That's okay. There's also the bag holder. You know when it's just like, you can't do anything else, but you've got a shopping bag, right? You just pull out the bag, hold the bag in front of it. Any bag holders here? Woo! Oh man. And then you've got this one's a little bit, I would say, questionable, but you can do it, you can get away with it. Is it? So there's also the child holder. So you just put a child in front of it. It's gotta be yours though, right? You know, you can't be putting out, you can't be grabbing other people's kids and you know, it just wouldn't work, right? And then you've got the creative ones. Any creative ones, like, you know, it's on you. You're in like a restaurant, you're stood up, and you've got to get rid of it. Maybe you've got to think about your mum. Or maybe dead people. Do we have any creative ones in the house? Looks like a creative one. Okay. So, and then you've got the last one, right? And I'm going to say it out loud. I qualify. I'm an action taker. I'm a finisher. And a finisher is somebody who has to find a public service station or a toilet and just get out. And sometimes I like to tickle my balls too at the same time. And with that, I'm going to leave you. Thank you.